During my time as a realtor here in the Norfolk, Virginia area, one of the top questions I get from people who are new to the area would just be, what are the #1 schools in our area? Well, if you're thinking about making that move to Norfolk, Virginia, I gotta believe you're probably asking the same thing.
Yes.
If so, good news, you're in luck. That's exactly what we're going to discuss today, as I'm going to review the top schools in Norfolk, Virginia. However, it's not going to be based on my opinion, as we're going to use some online sources so you can make the most informed decision for you and your family. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so as I mentioned in this video, we're specifically going to be talking about Norfolk, Virginia schools. If you're curious about other schools in our area around Hampton Roads, we'll be discussing those a little bit later in the video. But for my information in this video, we're going to be using two websites, one being greatschools.org and the other being niche.com. We're not going to go by my opinion, as I'm not trying to steer you in any way, but I feel these two sources are really good sources to review. I'm going to put a link in the description of each below so you can take the time, as we're just going to do a quick overview of Norfolk, Virginia schools. But there is so much other information you can find on these websites, so make sure you take the time to take a look at that. So the first source we're going to look at would be greatschools.org. So based on greatschools.org, Norfolk City Public Schools has over 30,000 students. They have a listing of how many schools are in Norfolk, Virginia. I will tell you, not all these schools are public schools. As for example, under high schools, it's showing 11 high schools, when in fact there's only 5 public high schools in Norfolk, Virginia. However, when you're looking at the ratings for the overall district compared to some of our other school districts in our area, Norfolk doesn't necessarily stack up as well, as their ratings below average. 76% of their schools are rated below average. On the opposite end of the spectrum, only 5% are rated above average. And then when you're moving into the schools themselves, as far as elementary schools, the top 5 rated schools would be the Ghent School, which is a public school K through 8th grade. The Academy for Discovery at Lakewood, you're actually going to see that show up across the middle and high school just because of the grades it has in it. You have Larchmont Elementary School, then you have Mary Calcott Elementary School, and then lastly, up in the northern side of Norfolk would be Bayview Elementary School. As far as middle schools go, these are the top 5 middle schools. I will tell you, Ghent Elementary and the Academy for Discovery at Lakewood were also on the listing for elementary schools, just based on the grades they service. But in addition, for middle schools, you have Azalea Middle School, Belair Middle School, and then lastly, Crossroads Middle. Moving into the high schools, there are only 5 public high schools in Norfolk, Virginia. Unfortunately, looking at the rankings here for greatschools.org, they are a little underperforming compared to some of the other school districts in our area. I'll talk about some of the other school districts later on in this video. Top high schools in Norfolk would be Maury High School, then you have Norview High School, Booker T. Washington High School, Granby High School, and lastly, Lake Taylor High School. I really encourage you to take a look at this website. You can really dig into the different schools and all the different information about them, as I'm just going over a quick overall summary, and this is not my opinion. I can't stress that enough. So before we get into the next source, which is niche.com, I wanted to let you know I've done quite a few videos on the different cities besides Norfolk, Virginia here in Hampton Roads, where I list some of the rankings for the schools there as well. You can check out that playlist of the different cities right here. You'll find a lot more information so you can compare it to other cities in Hampton Roads. Additionally, if you're getting any value out of this video, I'd really appreciate it if you tap that like button below. That really helps us get this video out to as many people as possible. I will put my contact information below. I mentioned earlier how I'm a realtor serving in Norfolk and all of Hampton Roads. If you're thinking about making a move, love to help you. So make sure you reach out to me there. And let's go ahead and get into the next portion of the video. Okay, so now we're moving into niche.com's rankings. Remember, I'm going to put a link in that description below so you can take a look there. But as far as the overall grade for the district itself, they give it a rank of a C+. For academics, it is given a C. For teachers, a B-. For clubs and activities, a B+. Diversity, it was given an A. College prep, a B-. And the administration, a C+. According to niche.com, there is a student-teacher ratio of 13:1 on average, and 71% of students are at least proficient in math and 66% in reading. So let's go ahead and look at the top schools in Norfolk, first starting off with the elementary schools. All right, so there is going to be a couple schools overlapped compared to Great Schools and Niche.com. However, there are some new schools as well. So for elementary schools, you have Larchmont Elementary School with an A-, W.H. Taylor Elementary with a B+, Sewell's Point Elementary with a B. Then we have the Academy for Discovery at Lakeland. They were given a B. And then another carryover would be Mary Calcott Elementary School with a B. Moving into the middle schools. So for middle schools, very similar to greatschools.org. The top two would be the Academy for Discovery at Lakewood, and then Ghent Elementary School, just based on the grades they have in addition to the elementary grades. They were given a B and a B- respectively. Northside Middle School was given a C+. Crossroads School was given a C, and Norview Middle was given a C as well. All right, moving into the high schools, the rankings here are a little more generous than they were on greatschools.org. Make sure you hit each school so you can see the information that's important to you. But as far as grades go, Maury High School was given a B+, Granby High was given a B, Norview High was given a B-, Lake Taylor a C, and then on the bottom of the list was Booker T. Washington with a C-. So the rankings here are a little different than greatschools.org based on where they stack up. One thing I would tell you, when you're basing your decisions, don't just use one or two sources. Ask around. You can go to different Facebook groups, google.com. Just get as much information as possible, as where you live is very important, and the schools are a big determining factor in that. If you're thinking about making the move, but you're not sure if Norfolk's right for you, take a look at this video right here, as I did many different videos on the other cities here in Hampton Roads, so you can make the most informed decision. And until the next time, have a great day. We'll see you on the next video.